Okay, the old, I think it's Theracol plant, Union Carbide, Vietnam War, flare manufacturing, explosion, I think 1972, killed a bunch of people. This is the property Camden County was going to make a spaceport. And people sued and actually won the case. Citizens didn't want a spaceport down here. And Camden County was going to put one down here anyway. I don't know, but I suspect there's still contaminated soil, but I don't know. It may not be. They may have cleaned it up. But I guess Union Carbide still owns it. This is Thursday, the 6th of November, 2025. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. Good grief. Feels like it's low, maybe mid-60s. I don't think it's going to get as warm as they said it was going to. They're saying 79 degrees, but it's sort of overcast. Well, it says it's 79 degrees. It sure doesn't feel like it. Low of 53 tonight. 79, 59 tomorrow. 83, 64. Saturday, 81.48 Sunday, 56.32 Monday. We're going to Ceylon South Wildlife Management Area. Of course, it's on both sides of the road. All the gates are closed on one. There was one open up there further. We're going to go to the one on this side. On the left side, there's a campsite down here. I suspect you're going to have a bunch of hunters down here, like over at other Ceylon North. We'll find out shortly. Well, we got to go down through the Wildlife Management Area road. With all this water, there could be a couple of nasty spots that we may decide not to go through. I don't know. We'll see. We have a banana. I was looking for a small can of pineapple this morning. Winn-Dixie didn't have anything but the big cans. Looking at the map, it looks like there's some of these roads that go all the way through to Ceylon North, but I've talked to a couple of the wildlife management area people, and they said no, it's not the case, but maybe they just don't want you in there. I don't know. We tried to cut through there one time, and we got where we couldn't go any further. The road was out. What that place is, 1122, whatever it is. And that's the name of it, not the street address. I think it may be some type of support or substance abuse, but I'm just guessing. wild pig here, wild boar, whatever. Was that a vulture or yeah, that was a vulture, black-faced vulture. I was wondering if it might be an osprey, but it's a black-faced vulture. Okay, you get by this place if you're not careful. There's a check station. We've never been way out. The road was getting nasty one time, and we hadn't been down here in a four-wheel drive. We've got the sign-up sheet back here, but we're not hunting. I guess technically we may be, but not with a firearm or a bow. We're hunting with cameras. Yeah, I've got a feeling there's going to be a couple of places. One place in particular that we may not, well, two actually, we may not want to go through to get to the campsite. Well, we come out, we're going to go work our way down to Kingsland, and there's a park or wildlife park or something other we want to check out. It looks like it's right on the St. Mary's River. Then we want to go down to St. Mary's or out to St. Mary's. Now, one time we were in here, I think it was a Friday afternoon. There were 3 trucks of Latinos, and they were harvesting something out of the trees. I don't know what it was, but they were up in the beds of the trucks and getting something out of the trees. Now, I talked to one fella, and he said there's an old sawmill way out here. If we get this far, we go off to the right to the campsite, and then if you keep going on that other road, we went out that road one time and ran into, a closed gate. This has been a good firm road. Some of these wildlife management area roads are very loose sand and deep loose sand, and you get stuck real easy. This one's rougher than it has been. Get down here to the campsite, we may make a sandwich and take a nap. Man, this road is a lot rougher than it was last time we were here. Now, around this curve is one place. And then down to where we fork off to go to the campsite is another place. We need to hit them sort of hard, and with them being rough and deep, everything back in the back will come out of the bends and scatter all over the place. There was some equipment out there one time. I don't know what that is. I think that may be private. That may not be part of the wildlife management area. I don't know. Break down and buy a winch. We need to go ahead and get us about 100-foot, 10,000-pound come along. let's see this place right here. This stuff gets soupy as it can be, slick and soupy. And the next place up here, when it forks off to the right to go to the campsite. Got some wild boar, wild pig traps down here. We're going to fork off to the right here. I think we can get through that. That doesn't look bad. And one time to the left it was really messy. Bunch of tracks right here. Deep tracks. This may be pig. Yeah, see that right there? I'm pretty sure that's wild pig trap. There are probably hunters down here camping. It is hunting season. This campsite overlooks a marsh and is gorgeous at sunset. There's a bluff that drops off down to the marsh about 15 feet. We've got some excellent pictures of it. There was an owl up on a limb in a tree down here on one of our videos, and I didn't see it. Someone saw it and pointed it out to me. You know, that sawmill was back there. If you go out, instead of turning in here to the right, you go to the left. It's supposed to be out there. And see, if we had a small camper, we couldn't get to some of these places like this. This van is too big for a lot of the places we like to go to. Even a four-wheel drive truck with a camper in it. Too big for a lot of the places we like to go. And we've got a night video of this road too, or maybe two of them. Pretty neat videos. Tracks in here. It'll surprise me if there aren't a bunch of hunters down here. And like I said, I guess technically we hunt. We just hunt for the camera. places we go, that 2019 band be a little bit too nice. We don't want to mess something up. I don't know if that 98 has a limited slip rear end or not. I've got a feeling that 98 is probably going to start, it may become our main line band. This one will be a spare, or we plan on selling that 2019 and maybe looking for another one with less miles. It's running really good right now, and it would save us a bunch of gas on this trip. And they say not bringing you your own firewood out because it may have different bugs or different stuff. Use local firewood wherever you're going. I've seen people have firewood on the back of their vehicles, and that's not the thing to do. It seems like it makes sense, but it doesn't really. And we plan on going on down to Kingsland, going down to the Blue Bridge, going a little bit into Florida. That got hung up on our ladder racks. So should have been more careful about that. I think we'll get this on the way out too, but I think what we'll do is we won't say anything. It'll be silent. Primitive campground. Well, no one here. That is a surprise. When the sun goes down, this looking out across here is absolutely gorgeous. And you don't want to get too close to these sand bluffs. They're generally undercut a couple of feet, and they have tendencies to cave in down into the water. Also, these large live oaks, pay attention where you park. These large limbs will come down on your vehicle. They're prone to break. They are known as widow makers. Where do we want to get? Let's get right here to start with. Let's get back a little bit though. The water is up right now. Stop it right here until we figure out where we're going to be and what we're going to do. Now see, there's another gate over there. It's always been closed when I've been here, but you can walk. We can get the bicycle out and ride it.
This is an example of what I was talking about. This tree used to be up here. I've got some good photography of it. And now it's down in the marsh. See, this stuff caves in. Yeah, right up there, it's undercut. And these are sand bluffs. It's not like it's hard-packed red clay. The sun's setting back there, back up here, back up from the trees, looking out. The colors, it is absolutely wonderful. And with the right angle of the sun, all these little leaves, I've got some good pictures of them. They shine and reflect. It's almost like a little thousand little shiny marbles on the ground. Well, do we want to pick out a place that's not under a widowmaker and take a nap, make a sandwich? It's sort of hard to find a place like that, isn't it? Maybe back over here. You see how long these things are? Those things are heavy. There was a place up here that was much easier to get down to the water. This may have been, no, it was, I think it's up a little bit further. Something big was coming up through here one afternoon I was here. I mean, it was wallering and carrying on, but it was underneath the water just enough where I couldn't tell what it was. But it looked to be 4 or 5 feet long from all the disturbance it was creating in the water. I think this will be a wrap on this video, and we will use the Osmo Action 5 going out. Yeah, see if you got a little hatchet or something down there. Oh, look at that. Oh, lighter knot. Oh man, lighter knot. Folks, that is lighter knot. You've got to get some of that. Boy, the smell, I love that smell. Look at that. You get that lit. It'll be pouring down rain, you can't get it put out. Yeah, we're going to get some of that. We've got a camp axe in the van, but we'd have to dig it out. It'd be too much trouble to dig it out. We're going to get some of that though. I love the smell of it too. And when the bugs are out, I tell you what. Yeah, see, here's another one that's fallen over in. See how that one there's undercut? That one's going to be another one before too long. You get your vehicle close to this edge and you're liable to end up down there. Okay, well let's, yeah, if the bugs are out, I tell you what, you'll have to spray 2 or 3 times to keep them off of you. Okay, let's get us something. We got a little sun. Let's get us a little something to get us some of that lighter knot. Something else to be leery of. I do not know if this is true or not. I'd like to know, but I don't want to find out the hard way. People love to get this Spanish moss. I have been told it is full of chiggers. If that is the case, you start collecting that Spanish moss and you will be itching for everything you are worth. So yes, it's pretty, but like so many pretty things, handle with care. Be aware of what pretty can do to you. Turn you inside out. Look at that, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Draping down. Long tassels, 6 feet tall, 6 feet long, 6 to 8 feet long. Look at those. Mushrooms along here too. I don't know enough about mushrooms to try them. There should be gopher tortoise. And there'll be some more lighter knot in there. Look at that. That sap running out of there, crystalline. Right here too. Boy, that is some hard stuff too. I tell you what. We need to, we're going to walk around out here in the woods. We need our vest on. It is firearm season. These high-powered rifles, folks, they do not play. They will explode you. Yeah. So that Spanish moss, 8-10 feet long. Live oak and Spanish moss. Or not live oak. Lighter knot and long draping Spanish moss. Looking out over the marsh. Tide's going out. We got a pretty good clip too.